Well, that part really remains to be seen. And, of course, I don't comment on Tony. Jerry's made that real clear who's going to comment on Tony. So, but, no, I mean, I would not rule out Tony either. I mean, obviously, I think he had, it was a difficult year for him. And but, we'll just see what happens there.
Is not talking about the decision that you have upcoming, but the emotions involved with someone like Tony who's been around for so long. His pictures, you have a poster or the painting on the wall in your office and things.
I mean, what he's done for this franchise, I mean, it just speaks volumes for what he means to the Dallas Cowboys, to the organization, to our family. I mean, this guy's, played, tremendous football. He's given us some big seasons, and, we're all, I think Jerry said it best, we've, unfortunately, that's one of our biggest regrets right now is we hadn't been able to put a team around Tony when he's healthy that, he could win a Super Bowl, because I certainly think he's very capable of it. And he's, in my mind, one of the best quarterbacks to ever play for the Cowboys. And, he means a lot to us, always will. He'll always have a place in this organization and will always mean a lot to us.
Do you have plans to meet with Tom and RJ while you guys are here to discuss what might be coming down the road?
I wouldn't say definitive plans, no.
So no plans right now with free agency approaching, because I know you guys haven't had a formal discussion with Tony about his future. Mm-hmm. Can you expect one in the next couple of days?
I would say it's going to come. I think Jerry's going to be due to meet with him sooner than later, but I wouldn't say there's a definitive meeting set as of yet.
Yeah, Tony's been a great football player for us for a number of years, and we'll take his situation as it comes here over the next few weeks. But being our starting quarterback since 2006, and what he's done for us both on and off the field, he's been outstanding, and we'll see how his situation plays out over the next few weeks.
Have you had any conversation with him as of yet?
I have not spoken to Tony in recent weeks.
When was the last time you talked to him?
Right after the season.
Is that unusual, considering y'all used to go to games together and do different things?
Oh, I think it's probably pretty typical with most of our players. Most of our players are out of town, not really around, and a lot of times they go on vacation this time of year. Very positive. We kind of talked through the year a little bit, and obviously it was a challenging year for him. To get hurt and not be a part of the team this year as the starting quarterback for a guy who's as competitive and as accomplished as he has been, it wasn't easy, but he handled the situation really well. He put the team first. When he was able to come back and be healthy, he embraced the role of being the backup and being ready to play if called upon.
What sort of feedback or advice did you give him, knowing that was a difficult conversation and that may be one of the last ones you guys have in that capacity?
Yeah, again, it was a conversation not unlike the conversations I have with really everybody on our team, what their situation is, what it was over this past year, and what we see it going forward. And again, his situation is a little bit different in that he was the starting quarterback. This year he dealt with the injuries, but Tony's really a great person, and he's been a great football player for a long time, and he's going to handle the situation, whatever it is, the right way.
Play at the level he played at in 2014 again? He's been injured in the last 2 years. He's 5 games the last 2 years.
That's been the biggest issue over the last couple of years, is just not being available to us because of injury. It's not because he hasn't worked hard to get himself ready to play. He's certainly done that. He did a good job this year coming back from the injury, getting himself ready to play towards the end of the year. No reason to think he can't play at a high level again.
Jason, you said a couple times as you play out over the next few weeks here with Tony, is it possible you may not have resolution before free agency begins next week?
Hard to know that. He'll have some conversations with Jerry Jones, and they'll work through what that specific situation is in regards to what we think is best for the Dallas Cowboys, what's best for Tony Romo. There's a lot of different factors involved.
How much input do you have in that decision?
I think a lot of input. We'll have a lot of conversations, not only about Tony, but about all of our players and the decisions we think are best for our team.
Jason, obviously, putting the Cowboys first is good enough, but because Tony has been such a good teammate to the organization, how much do you want to support him?
Well, again, line one with every decision we make is what's in the best interest of the Dallas Cowboys. So that has to be our guidepost in handling any situation with players, with coaches, and anything that we do. Having said that, obviously, we want to work through this situation the right way in regards to Tony, but we'd like to do that with any player that we have.
You used to think that Tony still has a few years to play in the league?
Yeah, there's no question. We believe that Tony Romo can still play, and I thought he did a really good job working back from the injury this year. That was not easy, and as he practiced towards the end of the year and then played in that game against Philadelphia, there's no question in our minds that he can still play at a high level.
Kind of along the lines of what Clarence asked you over there about going to games with Tony, being around him at different points of offseason the last few years. Has your relationship with him changed because of what happened this season with him not playing in the injury and Dak playing, or is it as tight as it was beforehand?
I don't want to comment too much on that. I haven't spoke to Tony very much this offseason, but I think that has a lot to do with, we're coaching the Pro Bowl. We're here, a lot of different things we're doing as a coaching staff. He's got a new little baby on the way, so he's busy with that. I know he's continuing to get his rehab done so he can be as healthy as possible going forward. But I have an immense amount of respect for Tony Romo. I've been so fortunate to be around him, to be able to coach him, to develop the relationship that we've had over the last 10 years. And I just hold him in the highest regard.
Where Dak is in his development, is it important to have a veteran presence behind him, be it Tony or whoever?
It's always important to create a good environment for all your players, the coach, the veteran players, and this is at all positions. You want the rooms to be good. That's an expression that we use. How's the room? It's a really good room. It really helped the young guys, and that's not only a quarterback, but that's at every position. So, most important thing in putting a team together is making sure the guys can play. Whatever their role is, whether they're a starter or a backup or a developmental guy, you want the guys who can play. But along with that, you want to make sure you have guys who fit their role, not only that position group, but on the team to make the team better. So that applies to quarterback, but that really applies to every position.
Hey, Jason, you said that in regards to Romo and the decisions that need to be made, that it starts with what's best for the Dallas Cowboys. When people hear that, they think salary cap and implications versus June 1, etc. But when you take the cap out of the equation, how does having Romo still on the roster help the Cowboys versus having the finality of what's inevitable?
Well, that expression, what's best for the Dallas Cowboys, is the guidepost for every decision we make. Personnel decisions, scheme decisions. We always want to do what's best for the team first. In regards to his situation, Tony Romo's been a heck of a football player for a long time. So to have a guy like that on your football team as one of your three quarterbacks, he can help you because he can play and he's the right kind of guy. Having said that, there's a lot of different factors that go into his decision, just like it would any of the other free agent type players that we have on our team. So there's a lot of different factors, but we always will put the team first and then work from there.